How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I want to go through some of my top cryptos to buy right now. And really what I want this to be is a bit of a stream of consciousness. Like, I'll go through some of the most looked at, some of the most paid attention to cryptos right now, and just give you my thoughts on them, whether they make sense to buy, whether I think they look bullish or bearish. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. Also, if you do want to trade crypto, you can check out the link underneath the video to Margex. There you can start trading in just a few seconds because they have no KYC and you don't need a VPN to get started. Of course, it's always smart to have a VPN, but you don't need a VPN to get access to this. And they do have a massive airdrop up to $5,000 worth of BOEM right now. So go get started with the link underneath the video. Let's start here with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's price is sitting I'm shooting this on Friday, so who knows, maybe the ETFs do another massive buy, but sitting right under resistance around 71.5. We've hit some lower highs, but honestly, I think that's going to make a big move here soon. We're seeing a couple different things. First of all, we're seeing companies like Semler Scientific buy Bitcoin, take out more debt or issue more debt to buy more Bitcoin. We're also seeing ETFs buying hundreds of millions of dollars of Bitcoin like daily. We have central banks cutting interest rates. We have the global monetary supply rising again. You can see M2 money supply increasing. Wall Street and corporate media are actively pushing Bitcoin to boomers. We have the Wall Street Journal. We have BlackRock, Fidelity. They're all pushing Bitcoin. It's a perfect storm, and Bitcoin is sitting right at 71K. A lot of people talk about manipulation. I've talked about this in a few videos recently, but right now there is zero hype or mania. Just look at this 1 year chart. Where do you think we're going next? Keep in mind, we've gone from 27K to 71K in about 1 year. I think that Bitcoin's going to do extremely well. And there are various reasons why it could be being held down right now. Keep in mind, though, like BlackRock and Fidelity, they have the ability to go buy $1 billion, $2 billion, $5 billion right now. Like BlackRock has Bitcoin in several of their ETFs, but yeah, they're not going out and buying $500 million or $1 billion right off the bat to get 1% allocation, 2% allocation in these ETFs. They could add to other ETFs too. Now, why aren't they doing that? Well, there's only so much Bitcoin coming to the market at any one time. If you want to get your hands on as much Bitcoin as possible, you don't go out and buy everything for sale and then start bidding up every other Bitcoin's price. No, you slowly buy. You buy from large entities that are willing to sell you a good chunk of Bitcoin. They're looking for exit liquidity, so then you come in and buy. You don't go and say, I'm going to take everything and I'm going to start bidding up and giving people the option to sell, even the ones that don't want to sell yet. Right? No, you continue to buy all the available Bitcoin that you can, the Bitcoin that people are already looking to sell, and you continue to do that for a while. So eventually they'll run out of that Bitcoin. Maybe we'll have some volatility and they'll get their hands on some more. But the fact is there's only so long that you can go to the Bitcoin miners, that you can go to OTC desks before you start bidding up the price. So I think Bitcoin's going to do extremely well. For someone new to the market asking, should I buy Bitcoin now? I'd say do your own research. I'm not going to tell you to buy anything. I personally think it will do well. But you have to have a long-term approach, because if you're buying now, you did not buy when I was talking about the entire bear market. You didn't buy for the year that we were sitting around 20,000 or less, okay? 25,000 or less. So now you're buying at 71K. Now, I still think it's a great asset to put in a retirement portfolio. I think it's great to have for the long term. I think it's going to outperform the general market, but also there's going to be heavy volatility. So you have to be ready for that. Don't just get in this and think that you're automatically going to 2x your money. Personally, I think that's a good possibility, but there's going to be a lot of volatility. So if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't really want to buy it, but you just want to buy something that someone else thinks is going to do well, you might panic sell. Or you might continue to ask, should I take profit? Should I sell? Should I buy back? Should I buy more? And then you continue to buy maybe more and more throughout the entire bull market. You buy at the top and then you panic sell on the way down. So make sure that you understand it. But I don't think it's the worst time to be buying because really we have a very solid foundation here. As you can see, 2021, we hit 69,000 or 64,000, whatever it was. And this was built on a house of cards. Now we have nations buying, Wall Street's buying, ETFs are buying, countries, I already said that, pensions are buying, hedge funds are buying, everyone is buying right now. Now moving down the line, okay, let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum is sitting right around 3,800. Let's take a look at the ETH BTC chart. It has popped up recently. And I know this isn't TradingView. Let's actually go to TradingView. This will be a little bit nicer than the Google chart here. But we've had a massive downtrend for a long time, okay? From September 2022, nearly 2 years straight down. Now we have broken out above this trend line and bounce off of this kind of key resistance area. We bounced off of as support. Now we're sitting around 0.053, okay? This is after the ETH ETFs supposedly, this is after we got some hype about the ETH ETFs, people thinking, wow, this is going to change ETH fundamentally. The SEC has changed their view on Ethereum, it seems, because they rushed to get the Ethereum ETFs allowed. Now, this is something that I didn't talk about on Bitcoin, but this is something else that's really important for the crypto market. It seems like politicians have really changed their tune. They went from extremely bearish, extremely against crypto to now pro-crypto. It seems like a stupid thing not to be pro-crypto because you're not getting any votes being against crypto in a bull market. Right? There's no massive exchange blow up that people are pissed about where they want crypto to just go away. No, people are making money, so they want to continue to make money. So it's better to be pro-crypto. The SEC maybe changed their tune as well. So, enough big entities want an ETH ETF, enough politicians want it, they're probably going to approve it. So Ethereum spiked up in price about 20%. Compared to Bitcoin, maybe 22, 23% when you compare Bitcoin versus Ethereum. But it's still not super convincing. Like we are at levels that we saw in March of this year, okay? And we were at better levels back in August of last year, and that was like the bottom. It's still a better level or a better ETH to Bitcoin value than we are right now. So I think there's going to be some excitement over the ETH approval. I still think Ethereum is going to do well versus its Bitcoin valuation. And when the entire market flips in terms of Bitcoin dominance, when Bitcoin dominance starts going down, I would not be surprised if this started to eke up. But I'm not sure this is the best place to put capital. Honestly, it sounds bad. I know I'm going to get some hate for this, but the fact is, ETH isn't very convincing to me. Of course, there's going to be some institutional adoption, but at that point, maybe we get a Solana ETF in a couple of years. I don't know. I would rather put my capital probably somewhere like Solana, which we'll talk about, but or Bitcoin. But who knows? With the ETH ETF, with burning, maybe it changes it fundamentally, and we see ETH's Bitcoin valuation start moving up significantly. Again, I think when we hit the more exciting part of the bull run, when everything's going up against Bitcoin, when Bitcoin dominance is going down, I would not be surprised to see ETH outperform. But at this point, it's just been a couple of years of crappy price action. So if we're looking at ETH's price, I've said this for a while, but I would think, again, just based on my gut feeling, we see Ethereum push to almost 10,000 and fall a little bit short. In my mind, usually in a bull market, we go right below where people expect. Now, sometimes that doesn't happen. Maybe that's my bias because I was in the 2020, 2021 bull market where that happened. Maybe we go much higher than everyone expects and we get a super cycle that lasts forever, right? Not actually forever because we'll have some pullbacks, but maybe it's not the same cycle as we've seen in the past. But typically, I think whales try to get out right before everyone expects us to hit a certain number. So if everyone's calling for 10K because it's a nice round number, it's only at 2x from where we went last time. I wouldn't be surprised if we got up to like 9,000, 9,500 and then fell down. I know it sounds bearish. It does sound bearish to some people, but that's just my gut feeling. And again, I like to kind of sandbag things. I like to be on the more careful side. That's just my thought process, though. I would rather get out a little bit too early than a little bit too late on altcoins. Now, a lot of people have been watching ETH recently, and maybe you're seeing this after ETH has already started moving, but Bitcoin is just a few percent away from all-time highs, yet ETH is still 25% off. I know a lot of people are watching ETH and ETH tokens. I've seen a lot of people talk about how they think that ETH is going to make a big rally here soon. Now, one project that I want to talk to you about is Starbot. This is a partner of the channel, and they're a Telegram trading bot that allows you to trade any ERC20 token at lightning speed with MEV protection. MEV bots just do something called sandwiching, which inserts their transactions before and after target transactions in a mempool, which can kind of screw over traders. They're using private nodes, which means that MEVs don't get through. It also has slippage optimization, and you can earn rewards through holding their native token. Now, they're doing a massive trading competition right now. 20K total in prizes. They've joined forces with TTF, Track the Funds, to bring a 20K total prize pot to those who are able to make the most gains using the Starbot Telegram trading bot. Now, as I said, it's pretty much ETH tokens right now. There might be something coming later down the line. They might have some other tokens. But really, you should be focused on ERC20. Now, it gives some information on how to join. I'll leave a link to this underneath the video and how you can start getting some of this 20K prize pool. And in case you're wondering more about the project, you can go to their website as well. Check out the links underneath the video. Big thanks to Starbot for sponsoring this part of the video. Okay, now let's talk about Solana. Solana has been the darling of the bull market. It's gone from $8 to now, what, 205 at the peak. Now it's down to 170. Okay, so it's still doing extremely well. Like the fact that you can go from 8 to 202, and then you just come back down slightly I guess it was a pretty big pullback down to 125. So it was a nice size pullback, 40%, but now we're moving up and it seems like we're consolidating around 170. It looks bullish to me. I think during this next bull run as well that a lot of people will be using Solana. We've already seen that with meme coins, which we'll talk about meme coins in a second, but meme coins have moved over to Solana. There's a lot of activity on Solana. It seems like there are a lot of dead chains, like other L1s, and they'll probably catch a bid during this next bull run. But Solana already is hitting close to all-time highs. It's up 20x. And a lot of the developers have moved over to Solana, it looks like. Solana has a lot of new developers, while a lot of other chains are still down in developer activity significantly. So Solana, I think, is a winner for this next bull run. If you look at the market cap too, it's just 80 billion. Just 80 billion. I'm joking here because that is very large, but it's still below BNB by 25%, and it's what, 1/6 the size of Ethereum. I would not be surprised if it continued to swallow up this gap a little bit. So if, let's say, Ethereum goes up 2.5x, let's say it goes up to just short of $10,000, that is a 1.3 billion dollar market cap, give or take. 1.2 trillion dollar market cap. If Solana becomes a fourth of that, that would put it at 300 billion. That's a nice 3.5x from here. Again, I'm not saying this is necessarily where we go, but I would not be surprised to see us at around a $600 Solana, $500, $600 Solana, with people calling for $1,000 Solana. But then we fall just short of it, okay? Or not just short, but we fall short of it, and we're around 600. That would put Solana's market cap below where Ethereum is now by about 30-40%. I would not be surprised to see that during the bull run. And I could be wrong, but I've also seen other analysts just look at TA and think that's probably about the level we'll get to, $500, $600 Solana, which is interesting that we're kind of getting to the same number via different means. Okay, now comes to the interesting one, meme coins. Meme coins have been raging. Okay, let me see if I can pull up. No, on this website I can't pull up the all-time high, but man, or the 1 year charts here. But these things have been going absolutely insane. The 90-day is something to look at. Dogecoin 3.5% down over the last 90 days. Shiba down about 27%. But look at all these other cryptos. 1,300% up on Book of Meme. Now, of course, like I said, if you want Book of Meme for free, you can go over to Margex and start trading. But Book of Meme up 1,300, 1,400%. Bonk up a couple of percent. Floki up 22%. Dog with Hat up 56%. Pepe up 63%. This is no doubt the best performing category. I think maybe outside of AI, maybe not, maybe including AI, since the bear market. Like, if you just go to any of these and look at how high it's gone since the bear market, let's look at Pepe. Of course, Pepe was started during the bear market, but let's just say it had this big run and it pulled back, right? It pulled back 50%. Since then, it's up nearly 3x. Okay, so let's just say it's done a 3x over the last couple months. Dog with Hat, let's pull this up. Another one that grew during the bear market, but let's say we go to the all-time high and then look at the pullback. Even since, a month ago, it's up 40-50%. If we look at this whole time period, it went from just brand new all the way up to a multi-billion dollar market cap, like a $5 billion market cap. Like, all of these have done extremely well. Let's look at Floki, because this was actually around during the last bear market. Okay, it went down to 0.0007. Okay, it's done a 4x since then, a little bit more than a 4x, and it's hitting all-time highs in market cap and hitting all-time highs, or right at all-time highs, in price. Okay, like these cryptos are doing extremely well. Now, I think it is relatively difficult to find new meme coins that do really well, but when you do find them, they explode. Like, you can get some of the best returns in the market if you can get in on some of these while they're smaller. If you're looking at just blue chip meme coins, I think they do pretty well. Now, I want to be careful about this because this is like very risky. There's not a fundamental reason besides attention and community that these go up, in my opinion. For the most part, if I was looking at these though, I'd probably, if I was going to go for a blue chip, I'd probably go a little bit further down the line. Of course, Dogecoin, maybe it hits all-time highs, maybe it hits just short of all-time highs. Same thing with Shiba. These are also much larger. So like Dogecoin is 10 times the size of Bonk, for example. I'd probably go with a newer meme coin, like Bonk or Book of Meme, that don't have some of the same resistances, some of the same bag holders that have been waiting to get out since the top of the last bull market. I'd go with something like this because it's just going to hit price discovery after price discovery. And it's much easier to pump something like Book of Meme or Bonk or Snack or, something like that. But of course, I'm no expert in the meme field. Now, another project I'm watching is partner of the channel, Black Card Coin. I'll leave links to this underneath the video. You can spend your crypto anywhere, like in physical stores. You can withdraw cash from ATMs with your crypto balance, and you can also earn 10% back on all that you spend with Black Card Coin. It's actually the first crypto unlimited card, and before you say you can't use that where you live, or before you say the fees are too high, There are no fees on spending or ATM withdrawals and no limits. The only fee is the 5% deposit fee on BC coins when you stake them. So all you have to do to get the black card is to deposit the BC coins on the site and start staking. You can deposit USDT, USDC, and other crypto. It'll be converted to BC coin, or you can buy BC coins on Gate.io, Mexi, BingX, and so on. You'll earn at least 10% cash back and a maximum of 13% plus 10% in referral rewards if you invite friends and they stake on BC coin. So you're actually paid to use this crypto credit card. How awesome is that? Now, of course, you have to do your own due diligence. When you stake, you'll get a virtual card right away and a physical card in a few days. Make sure you understand how this all works. Make sure you understand the risks and rewards of this as well. But I'll leave links to it underneath the video so you can start following them today. Now, moving on to AI, NVIDIA hit a $3 trillion market cap. We literally have the CEO signing women's chests in public. So AI is one of the biggest narratives for the next bull run. A lot of people last bull run were talking about like gaming and gaming infrastructure. I still think that that's got a role to play in the future, but AI seems to be like that new metaverse crypto type hype. Okay, really, people talk about real world assets, DeFi, AI, gaming, a handful of other things, but I think AI has the most. I want to say I think that it can be the most explosive during this next bull run. And when you look at how big NVIDIA is, how much it's grown, 223% in the last year. If you look a little bit further back, like if you go to 2022, it's up 10x. So 10x over a year and a half. I think that AI cryptos will do really well. As I said, $3 trillion for NVIDIA. AI cryptos combined are worth about 40 billion. So 1/70th, 1/80th the market cap. And sometimes it's even smaller depending on what website you're looking at, maybe 35 billion. Now, I think these will continue to grow. Some of them are crap. Some AI cryptos won't do well, but generally I think people will get really excited. AI's getting exponentially better too. There'll probably be some big partnerships announced during this next bull run as well. I'd be really surprised if like Render or Fetch or The Graph or Near don't come out with massive partnerships. Some of them come out with massive partnerships with AI companies, and that shoots them up 40, 50% in a day. If we can get a real world use case for a lot of these, or like really good use case where like it gives real utility over time, I think there's something here. I think one of these will go insane and probably be a top 10 crypto during the next bull run. Now, right now, none of them are. Right? The closest we have is Near, and it's an $8 billion market cap. It's 19th on the list. I think one of them will become a top 10 crypto for sure. It's just a question of which one. Okay? And then we talked about meme coins before. This is a bit of a sub-niche, depending on how you say it. But political memes, we've seen a handful of them do extremely well. We have the elections coming up this year. And I think, I have to be careful because some people get pissed off when you talk about politics. But the fact is, if there's room to make money, I'm open to it, right? If there's room to make money, I will buy something. Now, FJB is a crypto that I bought over on Solana. You can follow them. I'll leave a link to this underneath the video as well if you want to follow them. And in case you want to buy their token, I think this one's interesting because it's not talking about how great some politician is. It's talking about how bad one is. So a lot of people do not like Joe Biden. Like if I had to look at everyone in America, how many people actually like Joe Biden? Maybe 5% of people, maybe less. Like even if you don't like Trump, even if you're going to vote for Joe Biden, you probably still don't like him, right? You probably wish there's some other candidate. So this appeals to more people than just people that love Trump. It also appeals to the people, or could appeal to the people that still are voting for Joe Biden, but F Joe Biden, man. F Joe Biden. He's just bad. So in case you want to buy this is like a $2.5 million market cap. I do own some of the tokens, to be clear, but it's still relatively small compared to some of the other cryptos that have done extremely well. It's newer too, so there's no like big price resistance. There aren't a ton of massive bag holders. It is a newer crypto, so of course there comes some risk, but I have I have bought this token, and I do think they do a good job of posting regularly. And yeah, if you want to follow this, you can go follow it underneath the video. If nothing else, you can show your support for how much you hate Joe Biden. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on all these cryptos. I think we covered pretty much all the big cryptos that we could. Of course, I could go more in depth on some of the cryptos, but I think this was a pretty good overview. Again, if you want to check out Starbot or BCC, there are links to them underneath the video. There's also links to that massive Margex airdrop as well. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I will see you all in the next video.